So today we'll be talking about anime openings. I'm not entirely sure if you've ever seen one before, but I'm sure at least 3% of you guys know of its existence, and that is indeed the main subject of this video, as we are going to go through many openings in the most YouTuber way. And you see here on the SomeMoeGaming channel, you already know I don't do very conventional things. So if you thought I was just going to go over 10 anime openings, 25 anime openings, or even 100 openings, that is just simply not enough. And what I will be attempting to do is going over not the top 200, but the top 250 anime, according to Mal. So technically you can say I covered every single anime in existence, right? And maybe down the line I could do this again for anime endings or even seasonal anime, who knows? Drop a like if you'd like to see that. And yeah, let's get into this disaster of a video. Bro, to think I spent 6 hours making these cards. Surprisingly, out of all these shows, there are 6 that I have not watched. That might actually be a wake-up call that I need a life, huh? And with anime that have multiple seasons or parts, I'll just merge them into one entity because I feel like that will make the most sense here. And for the tiers, we got God, Subarashi, Solid Yes, LOL, you already know the deal. And starting off, we got Attack on Titan. This anime is definitely an underground one that many people don't know about. I'm not even sure if you even know what it is. And even when Linked Horizon isn't present, the other artists featured in these openings, they kind of slam too, even if it's like a peaceful opening. And honestly, yeah, I don't even know why I'm keep talking, bro. Let me just put you right there. And honestly, you know what anime is also pretty cool? Re:Zero. Segue? Oh, it is! And this video is sponsored by AFKRE0. Currently, AFKRE0 is celebrating its 4th anniversary right now with a spectacular Re:Zero crossover, introducing a brand new thematic dungeon for players to explore, as well as bringing both of the beloved waifus, Ram and Amelia, over to the world of AFK. And by participating right now in this ongoing anniversary event, whether or not you have ever played this game before, you can still get 100 summons free and experience the anniversary to the fullest. And here are some lovely codes you could use that you may enjoy. And if you don't know what AFKRE0 is, AFKRE0 is an RPG with over 40 million users worldwide, and the game features both collectible RPG elements as well as idle mechanics, providing the player with the best of both worlds, allowing you to choose between a casual or strategic experience. And let me add that this game doesn't actually require that much time to grind for gear and level up, because even when you're away from the game, you could auto collect resources and pretty much just get stronger over time without having to move a finger. So what are you waiting for? Download AFKRE0 right now by using my link in the description. And with that said, thank you AFKRE0 for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to it. Death Note, I mean shit, the first opening, legendary. But let's talk about that second opening. Now that's a true banger. Let me put you up here. Fullmetal Alchemist. This is also putting into account the original series, which, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm merging series. With the original Fullmetal Alchemist, people didn't really fuck with it because they made a very different approach in terms of the story. But I fucked with both of the Fullmetal Alchemist, so I'm just gonna drag it up here real quick. Naruto. Wow, what anime is this? I don't think I've ever seen it before. Now Naruto, I think every opening is a banger. They just don't miss. Boruto, the reason why I separate it from Naruto is because it's not Naruto, okay? It's a separate entity. We don't own this shit. But what I do gotta say about the openings for Boruto is that they all are fucking bangers. And let me reiterate, the openings for Boruto are good, but the anime, One Punch Man, I do think the opening was quite a legendary one. The music, I think it's good, but it's not something I could just jam to on its own. So overall, I would probably put it right about here. Now, Sword Art Online, whether you hate it or love it, I think we can all come to a unanimous decision that the openings fucking slap. Even in the later seasons where Kirito turned into a potato, nothing but bangers. My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia definitely has its standout bangers, but I feel like occasionally they would have solid ones. They're good, but just good and not much to them. So overall, maybe like right about here, Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer. I'm gonna be honest, this is probably gonna get me canceled, but I think Demon Slayer is as basic as a shonen can get, but the animation hard carried it. The openings all fucking slapped. God, Tokyo Ghoul, the shit. Okay, I'm never doing that again. But that shit alone is legendary. And speaking about the other Tokyo Ghoul openings as well, they do have their own personality, which I do enjoy that uniqueness to them. There's no other place to place this but here. Now, Hunter x Hunter, I honestly thought the Hunter x Hunter openings were good, but after listening to the same song for 148 episodes, I tend to get a little tired of it. It's a pretty goddamn good song, but listening to it 100+ times kind of is a little much, so I would probably put Hunter x Hunter in the Subarashi tier. Kimi no Nawa, I quite honestly didn't get the hype behind this movie when it was popular, but I do gotta say it's a solid film. And the opening scene at the beginning with the song and all, I think it was rather solid and just solid. Steins Gate, now I'm gonna be honest, the first time I listened to the opening for Steins Gate, I thought it was just kind of but as you progress through the story and listen to it more, it kind of grows on you, or I mean, that's how it was for me. And also put into account Steins Gate 0, which is kind of like an alternative line of Steins Gate. Now that opening fucking slaps. Got to. Jujutsu Kaisen, both of the openings for the show, pretty goddamn good. Really fitting the whole atmosphere of the show. And on top of that, we got Mappa doing Mappa things. Where can you go wrong? God, the quintessential couplets. If you're into trashy harems like myself, this will be your shit. And on top of that, for the openings and endings even, all the songs are sang by the voice actors. And honestly, all 5 of these voice actors are goated. So I think that's another god. Kono Katachi. And this one did have an opening, but I don't even know if we can qualify as opening. So what I think about it, yes. So gay ass, you already know that legendary opening. Boom, whoa. Okay, I'm never gonna do that shit again. But that one is definitely a legendary one. And then the openings following that one, I honestly don't really remember that much. We could put it up here. Black Clover. Black Clover fans are not gonna be happy to hear this, but like Boruto, they kind of dumped all their budget in the openings as well. And we can all agree that Black Clover just doesn't miss with its openings. Matter of fact, they're probably in the top 10 of all time. God, the One Piece, an anime that does have about 2 million episodes and 2 million openings. And honestly, with my experience, I think they're very consistently solid with occasional bangers. So we could put the One Piece up here. Higurashi no Nakakoro ni. Opening 1 is an acquired taste. Then opening 2 following that, kind of a banger. But if you really want to get into the true bangers, the 2 recent seasons that came out, which is Go and Sotsu, now those are fucking bangers. So I can't say the same for the fucking anime adaptation. But yep, Beastars. Now I'm gonna be honest, I do not have a first seat in my closet, but there is one banger with Yoasobi, which is season 2 opening 1. I feel like this one hard carries Beastars in the sense of openings. Up here, Girl Line April. You already know the Gimme Dayo, Gimme None Dayo. That shit still bangs to this day. Toradora, I believe Toradora's openings had their own charm, and I really did like opening 2. It's probably like one of my favorites. But is it good enough to be god tier? I'm not sure about that, but it was pretty fucking amazing. ReZero, across all the openings, there has never been one bad apple. Without a doubt, it goes up here. Angel Beats. Now this one is quite the nostalgic one for me because I believe this was actually my first anime. So, you know, Subarashi. And by the way, these images are not in order from best to worst in the tiers. They're all equal because I'm actually too lazy to adjust these to like make them in a particular order. I'm not doing all that bullshit, okay? No Game, No Life. Once upon a time, there was a time when I had intros on my channel. And I'm not sure how many of you guys have been around to witness that era, but there was a time where I used the opening 1. Why am I acting like there's multiple seasons for No Game, No Life? But there was a time where I used an opening song for No Game, No Life in one of my openings. Drop a comment if you remember those times. I'm not even sure if I have any subscribers from then. But honestly, that song just slapped. The aesthetic on the opening slapped. God tier. A Comic a Kill. The openings in it, they all fucking slapped. Like, what's up with that? It just had its own personality. Like, it was fuckable. God tier. The Toaru series. Now, bias might be a huge role in all of this. And this is putting in consideration Index, Railgun, and Accelerator. Rounding them up to a whole number. Fucking God tier. Erased. The visuals for it were pretty nice. And the song, I liked it. I fucked with it. And if we were talking about the endings, this anime could easily be an S tier or a God tier because it just hits that hard. But since we're talking about the opening, the Nuts and Taizai, I'm gonna be honest, the first 2 seasons I really liked, and then after that, I don't know what happened. But I'll just put it in solid. Nida Nikki or The Future Diary. Despite what you think about the anime and its writing, I wholeheartedly believe that we all could say the openings are absolute fucking slammers. Mob Psycho. This show also had its own aesthetic with its openings, and it had its own style, and really just had a pretty goddamn good anime adaptation. We could put it up here. Why not? Assassination Classroom. Now, all the openings in this one are quite a fun experience, though I would say the last opening is probably my favorite because, I mean, with the context of the anime, I'm not gonna spoil anything. It was pretty goddamn fitting. Subarashi tier. Wotakoi. Now, this opening is quite a legendary one. They got the anime characters dancing along with the music, which, you know, we need more of this, where they got this, like, special hand dance and shit. Like, this is a modern masterpiece in itself. Blue Exorcist. I'm gonna be honest, Blue Exorcist just had a lot of walking in its opening. I mean, it had some good music to it, but it was just walking, and that's pretty much it. Not much there. So if I were to rate it, yes. Haikyuu, this is probably gonna upset a lot of people. I mean, it is just a volleyball show, so I guess there's really not much you could do. I'm gonna put in, like, the solid tier. The Promised Neverland. This anime probably had the best anime adaptation of all time, and if I were to just go over opening 1, this would easily be a God tier. But since season 2 came out, and for some reason, whenever I see that opening, I get irrationally angry. Origami. This is another anime that has its own aesthetic with its openings, and honestly, like, master class bangers. The type of shit you can listen to on loop and never get tired. God tier. Konosuba, another anime that has its own style, which is very fun and silly. Hey, we gotta do it, man. Tomi-san, opening 1 was quite the bopper, though opening 2 really wasn't my cup of tea in terms of music choice. Subarashi. My Dress Up Darling. Marin Kitagawa was the waifu of the season, but after seeing how oversaturated she became, I got tired of her. I got tired of seeing her. Solid. Rent-A-Girlfriend. Now, like Wotakoi, I do appreciate the characters in the anime dancing along with the openings, but then they tried it again. They're abusing it. Solid. Nagatoro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I do appreciate the uniqueness, but it's not my type of flavor. It was just kind of so I'll just place it right here. Dragon Ball. And this is put in consideration Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, and goddamn did Dragon Ball Super have its bangers. Especially the Tournament of Power. Them shits fucking banged and probably hard carried them up into God. Bleach, here's where things might get a little hostile in the comment section. I honestly thought Bleach had a consistent basis of solid openings. Occasionally, it would have its occasional bangers. So right here you go. The Monogatari series. Now this one is quite a doozy crazy for me. Because after listening to opening 3 and 4 and memes and shit non-stop, it just ruined Monogatari openings for me. Matter of fact, that thing is gonna be the first to go here. Cause them shits is like pouring bleach into my ears. Chainsaw Man, this opening was rather nice. You know, it's Mappa doing Mappa things. And the song is good. And they even got references to some movies that I have no clue about. And because of the amount of thought put into this opening, yeah, I put it up here. Plastic Memories. This anime is quite the sad one. And the opening for this, beautiful. God. Next we got I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. What a name. And the opening for this movie is just an absolute banger. From the music to the visuals, another goated opening. Kill la Kill. This anime is a great family-friendly anime that's perfect for the whole family to enjoy. And the 2 openings in it were pretty good in my opinion. It definitely had its own special charm to it. I'll put it up here in the Subarashi tier. Fairy Tail, I'm gonna be honest, I think it was pretty consistent with its openings. I think the songs kind of hard carried it, so I'll place it right here. Yuri on Ice, bro, we already know this one is a modern day classic because we were all born to make history. Parasite, this opening just had an absolute banger, and the visuals for it were pretty damn good as well. But for the banger alone, we could slap this shit up here. Cowboy Bebop, well, for the Cowboy Bebop opening, I think it was pretty good. I don't think it's a god tier, but I thought it was pretty good. Wait, do I have a controversial opinion now? Kaguya-sama, Love is War. There has never been a time where an opening has failed to be godly. From the visuals to the music, nothing but masterpieces. Neon Genesis Evangelion. The opening song alone is enough to absolutely dominate on this tier list. God. Death Parade. Now, here's where the comment section might actually catch on fire. Yes, the opening is an absolute banger, but I don't think it was banging enough to make it up to god tier. I am so very sorry. Clannad, this anime had 2 openings for its 2 seasons, and man, were they good actually. Subarashi. Violet Evergarden, another Kyoto Animation production here, and this opening kind of just went hard. The singer for it, ooh, we might have to slap this up into god tier. Bunny Girl Senpai, upon first listening to it, I didn't like it, but after listening to it more, I still don't really like it. I might even have to slap it down here. Another, I'm actually quite surprised this anime is up here. Was the umbrella scene really that impactful? But the visuals for this one are very, very spooky, really fitting the anime's aesthetic, and the song kind of jammed. Subarashi. Psychopath. Now, if we were going over endings, I would actually put this up into like god tier because the endings for Psychopath, they just hit. They hit hard. Opening 1, I wasn't really too much of a fan of, but opening 2, maybe because it had Daddy Kogami in it, maybe that's the reason why I enjoyed it so much. But overall, I think it was like a B+, so you know what, I'm gonna bump it up to Subarashi, man. Anohana, I really thought the ending was pretty godlike, but in terms of the opening, it's pretty chill. Not much really happens, and the song is chill. So what I think about it, yes. JoJo Bizarre Adventure definitely has its own aesthetic, own style. All songs kind of jam. It just gotta go up here. I don't know. Darling in the Franxx, we all know the kiss of death, the drop, it's just too OP. Nisekoi, God, I love my trashy harems. And the openings for this show, they definitely had their own style to it, and they even got Clarice and Lisa for the openings. Oh my god. Shokugeki no Soma, this one actually had a lot of seasons, and overall, you know, food is cool and all. Pretty solid openings. Soul Eater, the openings for Soul Eater actually were above average, I would say. Now, is it good enough to round up from a B+ to an A? I don't know about that. Oregairu, across the board, we had nothing but certified bangers. Grand Blue, this opening was nothing but a fun time. It had fun music, fun visuals, solid. Gurren Lagann, the opening for this was quite the banga. Though not really being much of a mecha fan, kind of impacted my score on this, and I think it's pretty solid. Charlotte, the song was beautiful, and when it drops, the visuals surrounding it just synergizes with it. God. High School DxD, a very family-friendly anime that we all know and love. And speaking for its openings, it kind of pains me to say this because I like this anime so much. They weren't really all that. In fact, what I think about it, yes, High School of the Dead. Now this one, on the other hand, they really put some thought into their opening. They got dynamic camera angles that are 100% necessary, and honestly, we could put it up in the Subarashi tier. The Devil is a Part-Timer. Personally, I thought the openings were good, but there was really nothing that left an impact on me. So right about here, Overlord. Now, every Overlord opening had an absolutely great song to it with amazing drops. Like, it almost felt like balls were dropping in my mouth. I felt like the action scenes could have been a lot better. They felt basic as fuck, but with the songs alone, I think they're good enough for Overlord to be placed up here. Haruhi Suzumiya. This anime is definitely a classic, and if we were to actually go over endings, you know, the one with the dance, this could have been god tier. But we're talking about the openings here. Shield Hero. Now, this one is definitely an isekai that I don't know what happened to it, but everyone liked the first season, and then the second season came around and it kind of shit the bed a little. But speaking for the openings alone, I think they were quite above average, so we could put it in the Subarashi tier. Inuyasha. Now, this one had a lot of openings, and I do gotta say, opening 6 is my favorite. That might actually be an unpopular opinion or some shit. But overall, Inuyasha openings were quite consistent. Nothing too special, nothing too bad. Pretty solid. Open lead. I'm not here to listen to a fucking opera. That's a big LOL for me. Danmachi. This one has like millions of seasons and still ongoing somehow. And across all the openings, openings, they were all quite solid. Great Teacher Onizuka, the opening, it was rather aight. Fate0, nothing but stunning visuals from opening 1 to opening 2, and the songs quite legendary as well. God. Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and this is also put into account the original, which people shit on that like crazy. I mean, I personally didn't think it was that bad. And Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, I mean, it's affordable, doing affordable things once again. God. Dr. Stone, there are 2 openings. I don't think any of them really stood out to me. Solid. K-On. Now, as a cultured individual, God tier. Guilty Crown. Now, I'm gonna say it straight up. Both openings for this, godly. And for the first one, we even got Inori singing. God. Next, we got Do-Ra-Ra-Ra-Ra-Ra-Ra. And overall, across all the openings, I thought the songs were alright. And for the visual presentation, it just goes through the thousands of characters in the world. What I think about it, yes. Gintama. To those Gintama fans out there, I do apologize what you're about to hear. Across all the openings, I really did think Gintama was quite solid. Kakegurui. Now, this show had some bangers. And also followed up with an aesthetic that was quite glorious. And let me just stop talking and just put it right here. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. It had some really good songs. But aside from the songs, nothing really stood out to me. Solid. Hyoka, the song for the opening, a nice banger. Though outside of that, everything was kind of like whatever. Solid. Shinibyo. All openings did have certified bangers. And we even got the spawn of this one iconic gif. God. Vinland Saga. I did really like opening 1, but opening 2, I don't know if I can say the same. It definitely had good vocals, but I don't know if it was my cup of tea. Solid. Bungo Stray Dogs. Across all the openings, nothing but bangers. Spy X Family. Opening 1 definitely had its own flavor to it. And opening 2 was just quite beautiful, like Subarashi. Awari no Serif. Overall, both openings have bangers, but not quite godly, but pretty damn good. Made in Abyss, I'm gonna be honest, in order to enjoy the Made in Abyss openings, I think you gotta actually watch it for yourself, because I feel like the openings grow on you over time. So yeah, I'm just gonna place it right here. Madoka Magica. I'd say everything was above average, and let me just place you right here. Dead Man Wonderland. I think a lot of people actually do enjoy this opening quite a bit, and I didn't. I don't know why. It was kind of aight to me. The Pet Girl of Sakura-san. This opening was quite a fun time with a fun song. Solid. Horimiya. The aesthetic to this one, I actually did quite enjoy, but like the song was alright to me. So I would put this in the solid tier. Nichijou. Now this one is quite the classic. The energy with the drop, with the animation, everything was just beautiful. God tier. Fire Force. Fire Force actually had some really good songs, and also I'll give the openings like a B+ tier. So let me just round it up to here. Maid-sama. I'm not too much of a fan of shoujo anime, but this opening was done right. I do gotta give it a nice solid. Samurai Champloo. The song was pretty chill and nice, and the aesthetic for it was quite unique and pretty goddamn good, I'd say. I'd put it right about here. Dead Alive. If we were talking about the first 3 seasons, this would probably be a god tier for me, but since the 4th season came out, Kuroko no Basket. This one had multiple openings, and all around, I do believe they do average up to an above average score. Black Butler. This is actually one of the few I have not watched, but look at the openings. I thought they were alright. Yeah. Blossom of the Elite. The first opening was fucking godlike, and the second one, I think, was pretty good. I guess we could fucking round it up. Platoon. The opening for this was a certified banger. So much so that I could even just put it in God. Beyond the Boundary. This one was a production by Kyoto Animation, so of course it's gonna look beautiful, and the music as well, I'll put it right about here. Tokyo Revenger. I thought it wasn't anything too special. Maybe the song was pretty good, but none of the openings left an impression on me. Solid. Mushoku Tensei. This one actually didn't have an opening, but it had an opening song or opening songs, and they usually just played it like as background music for the beginning of the episode. So Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. All openings had a fitting style, and the artist behind the opening produces nothing but bangers. Subarashi. Tower of God. And has everyone forgotten about Rachel, bro? Like, this is best girl. The opening for this had a really good song, but it just felt like a slideshow of credits, man. So the Ro. This one had quite the heavy drop. Subarashi. Terror and Resonance. It has an opening that has a song and some visuals, and it's an opening. Solid. Log Horizon. The openings across this anime were absolute bangers, though I feel like the visuals were a little bit bland. Solid. Oran High School Host Club. This opening, upon deep analysis, is dog shit. Devilman Crybaby. This opening just had noise. Yeah. Goblin Slayer, an anime that had possibly the best first episode to any anime, and no matter what your opinion is on Goblin Slayer, this opening kind of went hard. Tonari no Kabutsu-kun. This song is pretty goddamn fun. Solid. Psyche. I personally thought all the openings were quite, yeah. The Irregular at Magic High School. Dog shit anime, but we can all agree, god tier. Magi. Across all the openings, I'd say they were quite solid. Prison School. One of the few gag humor anime that actually made me laugh from the absurd stupidity, but needless to say, it kind of pains me that the opening was quite alright to me. Monster literally is just noise, but if you actually watch the anime, the sound just has meaning. It speaks to you. I might even put it up here. Black Bullet. You already know I'm a sucker for Flipside, and there may be a little bit of bias in this decision, but yeah, I'm just gonna place it right about here. Chivalry of a Failed Knight with a drop that goes extremely hard. Almost made me real hard. Might have to place it right here. Real Life. life. I really like the song. Pretty cool, pretty inspiring, though nothing too out of the ordinary. Solid. Darker Than Black. It had 2 openings, and the first one I actually did quite enjoy, and the second one is just an absolute banger. God tier. Trinity 7. The drop goes hard. The visuals go hard. I just gotta give it a God tier. Yojo Senki. Nothing like a crazed lolly anime, but I'd argue that this opening is quite immaculate. Golden Time. An opening that has quite a happy song with quite a happy girl. But since I didn't like the girl in the show, I might have to drag her down here. Kombanery of the Iron Fortress. This anime wants to be Attack on Titan so bad, but needless to say, despite it trying to copycat, this opening kinda did go fucking hard. Nozaki-kun. This one has an opening that is quite fun and fitting to the anime. I'd even argue it's above average. Black Lagoon. This anime has a very unique opening, and I'll drag it right about here. Blue Spring Ride. I really actually like this song. I think it was rather solid. Fruits Basket. Even putting in consideration the original series, but if we're talking about the remastered version, it had its fair share of pretty good songs, and the drop on the final opening, bro, that shit kind of went hard. I'm about to put Fruit Basket up here. Haganai. Now this one is actually quite a nostalgic one for me. I might just put this shit up here. The Ancient Magus' Bride. This opening, god damn, it fucking slaps. We gotta slap this right here. And all right, for the remainder of the anime we got here, I only got like 2 more rows left plus some change. I'm just gonna go through this shit rapid fire. I've been here for 3 hours. What am I doing with my life? Danganronpa. Subarashi. The God of High School. Yeah. Kekai Sensen. Solid. Rasumunekun's Revenge. Solid. Kokoro Connect. Solid. Akatsuki no Yona. Solid. Banana Fish. Yeah. Zero no Tsukaima. Yes. To Your Infinity. Solid. Hime Stoke. Yes. Mushishi. Sorry, I gotta do this to you, pal. Daily Lives of High School Boys. Yeah. Bakano. Yeah. Bison Wolf. Solid. Orange. Yeah. Fully Cooley. Let me just put you down there. 3. Solid. Shimoneta. Solid. Gate. Had really good songs. Shinsekai Yori only had an opening on episode 16, which was quite aight. Yamada-kun and the 7 Witches. Now this one right here is a certified classic. God tier. Trigun. Solid. K. Solid. Sakamoto. Subarashi. Monster Musume. A certified banger of an opening. Kisniver. Yeah. And last but not least, we got the Misfits of Demon King Academy. I don't know how this dog shit is up in the top. And with that said, that is the complete tier list of rating anime based off their openings. I absolutely regret doing this now because this shit took forever. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you dislike the video, I mean, the button is there, but you won't be able to see the dislike. But yeah, that is a tier list. I'm done here. And goddamn, I gotta go take a fucking shower after this.